Hey everyone, welcome back. Ethan and Brandon here to discuss everything going on in the Red Sox world again. Obviously, the winter meetings have just wrapped up at the time of this recording. And obviously, there is one big news story that I think everyone in the Red Sox fandom is sort of jumping for joy about. And that is obviously the Garrett Crochet trade.
Yeah, we finally have a star pitcher to our starting lineup. It's good to see that we have like an ace in the hole now. I fingers crossed going into the 2025 season, he doesn't get an injury almost immediately. I'm not even going to say that because I don't want it to happen, but it's good to see Garrett Crochet on the team.
Yeah, I think obviously, look, he was one of the best pitchers in baseball last year. There are a lot of, red flags with the profile. He's never thrown more than like 150 innings in a season. He's not the most durable guy in the world. His track record isn't super long. But again, the Red Sox needed upside in the rotation. That was like the big thing this offseason. They went hard for Max Fried. They lost him to the Yankees. They were going hard for Juan Soto. I mean, he's obviously not a pitcher, but they lost him to the Mets. This was a move they had to make. A lot of the best players were coming off the board this offseason. Crochet is one of the best pitchers available. They have to pay the price. And it was obviously a big price. They traded Kyle Teal, who was the catcher of the future, no longer. They traded Braden Montgomery, who obviously super talented outfielder, top five prospect in the system. And they also traded Chase Maedroth and Wickleman Gonzalez, who were top 15 prospects. So this was a very steep price to pay for, again, a really talented guy. He's only 25 years old, but he's only got 2 years of team control left, and he's not the most durable pitcher in the world.
But it's also, listen, it's also a lefty pitcher, which, I'm always a fan of personally. And he not only is great at producing, he's a good strikeout pitcher. Also, to me personally, Red Sox great defensively at the moment. We'll see what 2025, produces, but he knows, he can read a player very well, again, at such a young age too. Let's not forget that. So I think
Mhm.
having Crochet on the Red Sox, it doesn't have to be strikeout, strikeout, strikeout every time, especially when we're going up now against somebody like the Mets or the Yankees, now that Juan Soto has made it over. And I think it'll be really great having him on our lineup now that, beforehand with our starting lineup, we just had so many righties. And like you said, we didn't have an ace in the hole. It didn't work out with Max Fried, but I'm okay with having Crochet here.
Yeah, again, part of the reason the Red Sox paid this steep of a price was because the options were becoming very limited very quickly. Blake Snell went to the Dodgers, Fried went to the Yankees. They're in the mix for Corbin Burns, which we'll talk about in a minute. But Corbin Burns is the best pitcher left on the market. He's going to sign a really, really big contract with somebody. And so, again, in terms of getting like a cheap, controllable starter, Crochet was the best guy available. You pay the price for him, but the Red Sox are demonstrably better now for the next 2 seasons. And having him and Tanner Houck atop the rotation gives the Red Sox some credibility in a division where the Yankees have a great rotation now with Garrett Cole and Fried and Luis Heel. Where the Orioles will surely do something to replace Corbin Burns, where the Blue Jays have Kevin Gausman and Jose Barrios. This was a necessary move. And I think the Red Sox maybe down the road, if Kyle Teal breaks out or if Montgomery, has a really good career, there may be some regrets, but this was a move they had to make right now.
I completely agree with you. Again, it's the old adage that I will say time and time again. In 2025, it's only time will tell.